I'm a YouTuber, yet despite that, I can't figure out this lighting situation. No matter what I do, my lighting is just absolutely terrible. See, I normally have it behind the camera, but what if I put it in front of the camera and then like shine it on my, no, see, like it's still too dark. I'm about to just start using my phone flashlight, like hold it up under my chin like I'm telling a ghost story. Ooh. Anyway, lighting issues aside, I realize it's been a minute since I've just kind of sat down and made a video like this, just me and you talking. And as corny as it might sound, I like doing this, you know, at least like once a month, just kind of sitting down, taking a minute to breathe, take a minute to relax, just kind of catch up, see how everybody's doing. You know, on this channel, you know, I tend to just hit you guys every single day, like back to back to back to back. So after, you know, a good like 25 to 30 uploads, it feels nice to just slow down, just catch up with everybody, see how everybody's doing. And with that being said, before I go off on my tangents, before I start talking, pause the video, go down to the comments. I seriously want to hear from you guys. Like, how are you guys doing? What's new in your guys' lives? Anything new, exciting? Like, whatever you got going on, I seriously love hearing from you guys. But for me, I don't know. I'm honestly, like, I'm doing pretty good. You know, usually when people say, how are you? You know, my instinct is just to kind of say, oh, you know, I'm good, I'm great, things are amazing, you know, just because I don't like being that guy that's like, oh, everything is bad. Like, even if something is very wrong and I'm not okay at all, I'll always just say, you know, I'm okay, I'm great, I'm amazing. But honestly, this is one of the times where I can truthfully just say, like, I'm honestly, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I'm honestly just, I don't know, I'm feeling really good. I wake up every day, I'm excited to be awake. When I go to bed at night, I know what I need to do the next day. It's just, I don't know, I feel good. There's some more stuff I want to touch on with that, but before we get into that, you might have looked at the, you know, channel profile picture and you were like, hey, that used to be something different, and you would be correct. So for those of you that are new to the channel, or if you're unaware, if you never saw the Souls videos, that is our OC buff Asian boy. I got a whole sketch made up of him earlier, and then I just changed that to the profile picture because, you know, well, while I liked how simplistic things were before with the black background and then, you know, the red G over it, you know, it was nice, it was classy, it was cool, it was simplistic, but, you know, I kind of wanted to change it up. Because even though, while yes, I'm the face of the channel and this is the face that you see on all the thumbnails, just like when it comes to me and my channel and like the brand as a whole, you don't really, there's nothing that comes to mind. I mean, you got the red G and that was kind of my thing, but I felt like it was more fitting to have our OC as like, I don't know, like the logo or whatever for the channel. I also got to work on a banner yet, so by the time that you guys are seeing this video, the banner may or may not be what it used to be. I'm still working on that, and even with the channel logo as a whole, I'm still working on it because it's kind of tricky. Basically, the color of the red hair and the color of the background is the same shade of red. However, I was just messing with dials. I desaturated it by like a lot. I also turned on the brightness by like a lot, and yet even still, like when I'm looking at it, everything's just kind of meshing together. So even by the time you guys see this video, it may or may not be what it is right now. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but that's kind of what it's looking like right now. It's not even focusing on the phone, but yeah, I think I still got a little bit of work to do that. I might turn down like the highlights or mess with the shadows or something like that, because it's getting there, but it's definitely still, the background just pops just a little too much. Like it blends in with the hair a little too much. I'm a bit of a perfectionist though, and I will sit there messing with dials by like literal single increments that barely make a difference until it just looks perfect. I don't care how many hours, days, weeks, months, years it takes, I'm going to get that dial perfect. See, I spent like 2 hours on it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, the background should be a little bit different. I don't know, because I want to stick with the red and black theme so bad, but it's just like, I don't know. I was also thinking about getting some merch rolling out at some point, you know, just getting some Buff Asian Boy shirts out there. Oh wait, I actually have some really cute poses of Buff Asian Boy that I wanted to show you guys. I saved some of them to my phone gallery earlier because I honestly love them, and I want to start dropping them in the community posts from time to time, just be like, hey, Buff Asian Boy says hi. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but look, we got a thirsty little Buff Asian Boy. He's sitting there sipping on his Slurpee or whatever. We also got Buff Asian Boy with the iconic Don't Go Hollow. This one is still my favorite though. Dude, I was debating on making this the channel logo. It's just, it's honestly kind of cute, even though, you know, Buff Asian Boy is kind of intimidating. He's cute in an intimidating way. Before anybody says anything, it is not sus for me to say that Buff Asian Boy is cute, because if you think about it, Buff Asian Boy is kind of me in the game, okay? I mean, he's not really me because Buff Asian Boy is peak humanity, and I could never be anything close to that. But I mean, I made the character, and he's kind of based off of my ethnicity and the hair color that I used to have, but nothing else, because I'm not buff, and I'm also not a boy anymore. Speaking of that, I think we're gonna have to make Buff Asian Boy's canonical age to be like 18, because like, you know, we can't really call him Buff Asian Man because that doesn't roll off the tongue as well, but if we call him Buff Asian Boy, that implies that he's a minor, and then that might get a little tricky when the channel gets bigger, and then we have people like fangirling over Buff Asian Boy. So canonically, we're gonna make Buff Asian Boy 18, so then he's still in that boyish age range, but he's still legal. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. I started recording with like a couple things I wanted to talk about, but as per usual, I started talking, and now I veered off into like an entirely different conversation. much. Anyways, yeah, outside of summary branding, I just wanted to thank you guys, really. I mean, we hit 2,000 subscribers, what was it, like a week or two ago? I didn't do anything special for it, you know, for the 1,000 subscriber special, you know, I had like a whole bunch of different series planned and Q&A and this, that, and the other, but for 2,000, we were cruising towards it. Like, we got to it so much faster than I ever could have anticipated. And we're already soaring through the 2,000. We're already at like 2,070 or 60 or something like that. It's insane. You guys have no idea how happy and honored I truthfully am to have the privilege to be here and make content for you guys each and every single day. Like I've said many, many times, this has been my dream ever since I was a little kid. And now that it's true, and now that this is my job, it's just like, what do I say about that? I mean, this is something that I've been chasing ever since I was just a wee little grotesque. Well, I can't say a wee little grotesque because YouTube wasn't even a thing by the time that I was born and wasn't a thing for a good couple of years after I was born. But, you know, from the time that YouTube had started and it was shown to be possible for people to get big off of YouTube, this has always been, like, my dream. Now we're here. We have, like, the base fundamentals and the base foundation of the dream established, which would be a becoming YouTube partner. And now it's, I don't know, it's only up from here. I've been doing my best to diversify the content on the channel lately, and you know, it's always kind of hard knowing what to post and what not to post because, you know, for most people, they just be like, hey man, just post whatever you want. But, you know, realistically, when it comes to content creation, you can't just post whatever you want. I mean, technically you can. Nobody has a gun to your head saying that you can't, but let's be honest here. If you want to keep seeing success and you want to keep growing, you can't just post anything. That being said, you guys honestly have no idea how much it means to me seeing the videos just continue to do well. Like, we've obviously had a few that haven't done as well, but I was expecting them to not do as well. Like, we did the Crash Twinsanity video, and that video didn't do as well. However, it still did reasonably. Like, it's not like it got 0 views or anything like that. It definitely didn't reach the heights in terms of views as other videos, and that's perfectly, honestly, okay. If I'm gonna be honest, that is one of my favorite videos that I've ever made in terms of recording, editing, just the whole process, and the video. It was such a fun video to make. So despite the fact that that video got like a fraction of the views that most of my other videos would get, it honestly doesn't matter to me because that video still, like, even though it's been a couple days, I still feel so fulfilled and happy that I finally got to make that video. And that's honestly just gonna be my plan going forward. I'm gonna keep branching out. I'm gonna keep making more experimental videos, and I'm not gonna box myself in or allow myself to be boxed in again like I was before. Because while I have nothing against the games that I was making videos on before, you know, with like the Souls games and stuff, and kind of being like a Souls YouTuber for a while, when it comes to content in terms of longevity and in terms of my mental health and happiness, it's never a good thing to just box yourself in. And honestly, I still enjoy making content on those games, but in terms of the content that I want to be making, like, that's just not me. You know, I play a lot of different games. I'm constantly bouncing between different games, trying different things. You know, I'll sit down, play through a game in like a day or two, boom, check that off the backlog, move to the next, play that game, beat it in a day or two, check it off the backlog, move to the next. That's just what I love to do. I love diving into new experiences, revisiting some older experiences, and just experiencing as many experiences as possible. And you know, when you box yourself into, like, I don't know, however many Souls games there are, like 6 or 7 From Software Souls type games, it's just, you know, there's not a whole lot of longevity there. As I've said before, and I'll continue to say, it's not like From Software games are ever just gonna completely disappear from the channel. Like, I'll obviously always be making videos on them in some way, form, or fashion, whether that be revisiting the games, doing challenges on the games, or playing new ones when they come out, or DLCs or whatever. It's just that it's not ever gonna be like the main focus of the channel again. I know I said this before, and then I went back on that just because I went through like another Souls kick, and I was just hooked on the Souls games again. But this time I will definitely be sticking to my guns and just kind of, you know, keeping the channel fresh. It's also been a while since we started a series of any kind to, you know, like play through a game, so I was considering doing that. It seems like you guys have been really digging the Resident Evil videos lately, so I was thinking maybe we could dive into one of the older Resident Evil titles, or maybe dive into one of the more recent ones like Village or 7. I feel like 7 could make for some pretty good content. I mean, I've already played through all of the Resident Evil games before, but if you guys know Resident Evil, even if you played through it before, it can still spook the crap out of you, even on repeat playthroughs, especially a game like 7. Oh my god, I've beaten that game at least like 6 or 7 times, but still, I get so much anxiety playing that game, it truly terrifies me. I also want to make Minecraft videos more consistently. I have a lot of you that have subscribed specifically solely for Minecraft or just enjoy the Minecraft series, and I only hit you guys with a Minecraft video like once every 2 weeks, and that's not even like talking about the Minecraft survival series. Like when it comes to just general Minecraft videos, whether that be like challenges or like server multiplayer videos or whatever, like I at least do those like once every 2 to 3 weeks. When it comes to the actual survival series, oh my gosh, I've been releasing one of those episodes like once every like month at best, but there was a space of like 2 months between the one episode. So I'll definitely have to keep more of those coming out. You know, I always have a bunch of ideas up here. I should honestly probably start writing them down because I've had tons of great ideas for videos, and normally I do write them down. Like, if an idea is great enough, I always write it down, but I feel like I should just be writing down all my ideas regardless. But then again, the amount of ideas I have for videos on a daily basis, I'd be going through either a notebook a day, or I would literally be writing like 1,000 notes in my notes app. Yeah, I don't know, I just kind of felt like turning on the camera and just, I don't know, talking, just chilling with you guys for a bit, seeing how everybody's doing. I know it's corny and I know it's old school and this is totally like some 2010, 2012 YouTube stuff. I don't know, that's just how I am. I like this kind of stuff. Before we wrap this up, again, just thank you guys so much for 2K. It seriously means the world to me. I love all of you. Thank you. Anyway, as always, a shout out to the patrons and channel members: Karma's Fave, Grandma, Lubity Tab, Big Daddy, Matty, Chalupasaurus Rex, Raytag, Polar, Ray, to Webster, Lamas, Bianca, Spurgatory, Drip Cassant, Mellow, Last King, Cupido, Magic Mason, Every Teacher, Wife, 15, Flemmy, 71, Aaron Reynolds, and Unknown. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. And remember, don't go hollow. Peace. Also, if you have any more feedback on the profile picture, I'd really appreciate it because I'm trying to make that as perfect as possible. Alright, I promise I'll shut up now. Peace.